Morning.
Morning, Jerry.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, you?
Pretty good. Doing it.
Morning, Jerry.
Morning. Good morning, everybody. Fun Friday. Cheap options. Remember after around 11, if we're looking for stuff, it's best to buy options that expire next week. In the first hour, we can buy them 0 DTE expiry date, as long as the price is moving up quickly. Because we're fighting against theta. So if price starts chopping, even if it's moving up a little bit, we can still end up being negative. It's very important that price moves quickly. If it starts chopping by next week expiration. Friday and Thursday mornings, I usually start buying a little bit deeper in the money. So I can take full advantage of the move.
Okay, that sounds good.
So keep in mind.
Morning there, Jerry.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
All right. Good morning there, Mr. Virginia.
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Gonna be a good day. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
Let's hope so.
Knock them out real quick. Make our money, and then we can pick and choose what we want. So in the first 30 minutes a day, they move a lot. They move a lot. And what I try to do is scalp in the first 30 minutes of the day to build me a cushion. I'm not looking for any kind of long holds or anything whatsoever like that. I'm just in and out. Yes, thank you for that. But yeah, I'm just in and out. I'm not looking for nothing long term whatsoever. Set my big screen up. See, I'm taking this. See this right here? I'm taking this and moving it to my other monitor. Just dragging it.
Are they all on 5-minute charts or what?
5 is at the bottom, and then we have 15, 30, 60. So the
Okay.
very top one is a 60-minute, and I'm mostly always looking at that 15. As the day progresses, I start looking at the 30, 60 just to see the big picture, because I can get wrapped up in that 15-minute and 5-minute charts.
Yeah.
I share my work. If anybody's interested in it, I share that the workspace.
I think I got it the other day. That one. I know I got your other one.
Yeah, I've got that on a few big screens. This that big thing. Thank you, Corey. Amazon. Take a look at it quick. We got about 4 minutes here. What is on Rob's? Does anybody have Rob's gap list? I can look it up. I'm just being lazy. All right, what I'm gonna do is mark Amazon's pre-market high here. Now we could get a pullback on Amazon today. It's been moving pretty good. And remember, after every big push, it needs a rest. So if Amazon starts to pull back here, we'll take it short. So you see the last 3 days, we had a small pullback 2 days ago. Man, this thing's been a ripper. Target on it, even this week, you can go to 34, 32. It's, it could do it today if it wants. That's a pretty good move. We'll probably run out of time by then. But it's coming up this big red candle on the weekly. It's got a gap to fill, very small one. We'll keep an eye on it. It can keep going today, but it's not big oil. I'm gonna mark it pre-market high. And see what we got. Good morning there. Yeah, so what I do is I just this is my routine in the morning. I just come in and kind of flip through some stuff. I look through Rob's gap list for us. What's going on there? He does a lot of penny stocks. Some of them will be, they won't even be optional. So we got a big gap up on this thing here. Not much volume on it. Free market. Margins, they're about -2. Bounce on support. Coming back through range. Free chart. All right, so let's mark this. It might gap fill pretty quick. I'm gonna mark the high. I'm gonna mark right below the low. I want to know if it starts to gap fill. That's how I mark the gap. I also know that the gap up price can retrace about 50%. Will turn around and go back up. That's why I mark the high. If it starts to pull back at the open, as soon as it starts to curl back up, we can take it long. I'd much rather have a gap down any day, especially on the big names. RCX did pretty good. Zoom just kept going yesterday. Just kept going. Chris gap up. Looks like it's trying to come back down a little bit. On this one here, I'll mark about halfway up. And then I mark pre-market low. Or well, I'm gonna mark the bottom of this candle here. I'm looking for gap fill. That's why I marked behind the low. Bouncing through that 4 hour. In second. Novin. There she is, my girl. Let's see what happens here. All right, let me get out of this pre-market stuff. All right, where you at, Amazon? AFC gapped up. Looks like it might be ripping. He's on SML. So why? Martin. All right, first I'm gonna do 10% scan. I want to know where the news is at. Lockheed Martin gapped up and going. No banks up for the top. Merger's trying to gap fill.
Looks like Chewy's pretty much flat here too, so we should be good on that. I do have an order in.
RCX, big hammer.
Another issue.
ATP.
Anything else saw, but for Chewy,
ATP looks really good. 212 measurement continuation.
29. So I want to get out of that. That's using way too much buying power.
Somebody needs stuff on.
I believe it's 35.
Ron.
Right.
Murray's gap filling. There goes Amazon puke. Myrna's going for gap fill. NVIDIA's shooting up. Lockheed Martin ripping. AMC taking off. Taking Amazon back up here. Let him up his first minute. All right, Amazon pulled down here at open. People taking profits right there. If it crosses back above 33.51, it's pull back to the upside. We're gonna mark that. So we just got to work on the spot. Myrna did gap fill right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take profits right there. NVIDIA ripping to the moon. I'm just in and out, guys. Just in and out. Amazon, I'm really gonna pay attention to that one. Go ahead and get it ready. Well, different rip. Amazon trying to hammer up. NVIDIA to the moon. Zoom's ripping. We need a pullback on these things to get in a breaking at 60. It will pull back. Beautiful. We can take all these stops out and get to 712 today. NVIDIA can. Amazon trying to show a hammer. Let's look at the MX. It's up on the scan. MX gapped up. I don't care about that. Here comes Amazon. The video pulling back down. I am looking to hit Amazon. Zoom pull back down. Amazon's long. Feel. All right, got an Amazon. Holy shit, up 4% instantly. That's what I like. I like it when it works like that, boys and girls. Amazon up 14%. Let's go. 17.5%. 22%. I got a 1 cent trail stuff on it. 25%. 26.8. 26.71. $27.04. Sold out, boys. So what we get? Holy crap. What a day. 28% on Amazon in just a few seconds. I will get back in it. Holy crap. Sorry. I'm excited there. Holy shit. All right, well. Shit on, boys. That was a $20 move. That was a $20 move. I don't know what to say. Speechless. Absolutely speechless. Then fixing a red face. I will be looking to get back in it. All right, I got back in Amazon. We're gonna see if we're looking up here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a limit on it, and we'll see what she does. Up 1.7%. Up 7%. Come on, let it go. Back out 4%. Incredible, man. I don't know what to say. I tell you what, I think it's gonna break 33.56 though. 33.56. If it breaks that, I'm gonna get back in it. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh shit, I read that wrong. It's not $20. Where did I open that? 40. It's $10. I don't know. I pulled at least 24, 25 for it sold though. LRCX ripping. Holy crap. All right. All right, let's look at the Zoom real quick. Amazon Doji right now. Myrna's pulling back. All right. I'm looking for the continuations. They're pulling back on this candle here, but they cross back above the highs where they've been so strong. I'll take an entry back in them. I'm going to set alerts on these things. Zoom. Really, yeah, I'm getting alerts on this stuff now. But, TOS is really bad about. There's Pecan shooting out. Not alert. Till after the fact. Pecan's coming up. It could come up to 113 today. I don't know what's being strong today, but it is. Pecan's long here. Hit the machine gun. So we can pull out a Pecan. Target is 107.80. Murray's gonna come up, and the video might pull back up with it. Amazon trying to come back up. Back in Amazon. Up 4% instantly. Just instantly. I literally just pulled another 40% on a limit. It instantly, they absolutely incredible. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm up 30% on Pecan. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm speechless today. I'm speechless. Holy sh! I'm absolutely speechless. Up 32% Pecan. I mean, what a day. What a day. I don't know what to say. Here goes Zoom. I'm missing it. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't know what to say. Pecan's still rocking and rolling. What a damn morning, boys and girls. I hope somebody got them Amazon for me. Amazon Zoom fixed to be long right this second. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Zoom's gonna be long over 352.06 here. The video's trying to go back up. Myrna breaks here to go. Zoom's long right now. Let's see what she does. Up 5% instantly on Zoom. Up 5% instantly. Amazon trying to go again. And I did a limit sale on that last one, and before I could hit send, it was gone. Amazon come right back up. Before I could hit send, it was sold. Peacon's still pushing here. Amazon's gonna be long again. Amazon's long again. Up again. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. What time is it? 9:44. All right, the first 15-minute candles, guys. Amazon ripping faces today. Amazon, incredible. Amazon's incredible. Anybody took him Amazons with me or Pecan? Should have killed it. Mike, you should have got in there, my friend. You could have bought it for out of the money as far as that goes. That's so crazy. Oh yeah, I've had all kinds of problems with USA stuff. Oh my gosh. I get it. I mean, I've had all kinds of problems with TOS before. Yeah, so poor guy. Here comes Amazon again. Here comes Amazon again, guys. Amazon breaks 33.65, they long again. Nvidia's ripping. Holy shit, I'm up $20 on Zoom.
Jerry, Adobe right now, it's going.
Nvidia's long. Zoom's long. I hope y'all got on the Zoom. Oh shit. Oh shit. God almighty, man. I'm telling you what, they are all banging. There's Zoom. Yeah, it's fresh. I got a trail stop. I got a trail stop on Zoom. Bam, out. Well, guys, I'm freaking speechless. Piton's going again. Zoom still rocking. What a day. What a day. Texas puking. There goes Zoom. I mean, just to the moon. I called entry on Zoom. I hope y'all got in on that. Novak's fixing to be long here. Crazy, man. Tesla got room to 597. Novak's fixing to be long. All we're doing is trading the breaks over and over and over. Over and over and over. That's it. All right, look here. Novak's breaks 207.75 be long. All it's going to do is break the premium or just high in the morning. Amazon inside, 2 shooters. Zoom still ripping. Zoom still ripping. Strong yesterday. The next fiver. Novak's fixing a rip on a hammer. Hammer up. Zoom's longer add. Zoom is longer add. There goes Novak. Shit, I missed it. Shit. It was just 2 minutes. It was just 2 minutes. Amazon. Amazon fixed to go again. Zoom's still going. Scalp Zoom. Amazon, my break 33.65 be long here. Again. Yeah. I went ahead and jumped the gun on Amazon. We'll see what she does. Amazon. We just put a limit order in. Let's see if we get filled on it. Come on. Up 3%. Up 4%. Tell me, girl. Up 7%. Up 7.6%. Come on. All right, Amazon. All right, boys. Well, I love seeing green across the board. Novak's up 32%. Let's go. Up 28.5%. Novak's, I don't have a bad trade. I don't have a bad trade. At a Novak's for roughly 20%. If Amazon breaks again, here it's long again. I mean, it's long right this second. And I'm talking about you better put a limit and sell it. Amazon's long. And it only has to move just $1 or $2 and you can pull a bunch. Amazon's long right this second. You got to do a limit. Put a limit sell in there and get rid of it. Ain't nothing like a green day. Video on. Zoom. Holy shit. I don't know what to tell you. Zoom. Straight up. Straight up. It's at $4. The video running. Let's you don't have to scan when the charts look like this. I tell you that. Look straight down 5 doji. We're just in the right place at the right time. Piton, man. Piton was a cheap one. So if you couldn't get in the big ones, you could have gotten this one. Hit target, blew right through target at 108. It's moved $4.50. I mean, it ripped it open. Took it on the break of 106. Well, I'm done. But if the market's playing out this well, I'm gonna hang around. Hope you guys make some more money. You need to add money. On good days, you don't quit. That's the worst thing you can do on a good day is quit. They're taking off real quick. There's a bunch, man. And that Boeing. I got the 3345 calls on Amazon. 3345. Piton pulling back here. The video pulling back. Oh, this stuff pulling back. Ooh, Amazon. Hey, we can short it here. Remember, after every big push, it needs a pullback. If you're in anything long, start to cover. These things need pullbacks. Need a rest. Need a rest for the next leg up. Amazon. I just can't believe it. And look, one of the subs asked me a question about Amazon the other day, maybe began this week. They were in call, and if you're on here, you're what put Amazon on my radar. I appreciate that. Because I set an alert on it, and I got it the day before yesterday, and we've been killing Amazon ever since then. Piton going again. Piton going again. Okay. Amazon flushing. Ooh. We'll wait on Amazon to catch up here and we'll take it right back to the top. Simple as that. I don't really want to short Amazon right this moment, even though it is pivot machine gunning down. It's just too strong.
Creating that
Probably
nice,
could short it. I'm not gonna do it. What's that?
Just creating that big, nice green or big red candle that you want to ride back up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. We know Amazon strong as all get out. It will base and turn around. I don't know when. If it can come on down to 33, 37. I don't know. Like you said, that's a lot of meat to come back up. Why? Because there's a bunch of red candles stacked together. And the tighter they are, the quicker price moves through. And guess what? 10 o'clock. I don't like holding anything through 10. I guess you could. But at 10 o'clock, man, they can flip a switch and everything can just go completely the opposite direction. Everything's killing it today. On Amazon, Jared, you need to put a limit set. Or a 1 cent trail stop. Sometimes it can be kind of spready, so it's safer to a limit. You get out, if it goes against you, yeah, you got to just sell bid, flatten something. You really got to know what you're doing to trade Amazon. You got to be quick. You got to be really, really quick. Yeah. Yeah. And, in the first, 30 minutes a day, I'm scalping. I am scalping. I'm in and out. If I get a $10 move, that's great, but I'm not looking to be in anything for long. The video try to come back up. Zoom flat top here, Momo hammer. It is 10 o'clock. We'll be looking to get back in the Zoom here. It breaks. There's a rest on that hammer. Right? That's why Momo hammers are so powerful. That a hammer in itself is a pullback. Right? And we need pullbacks on the way up, otherwise they're extended. And a hammer also gives us a place to add or enter. So, giant. Price pulled up, it kind of flat tops here. All right. It found a base, it went back up. It pulled back on the hammer. Now it's trying to come back up. Of course, it's pulling back now. When they start to top, be careful. And plus the time. Had that 30-minute flip. All right. So basically, if it crosses back above 354.70, it's long. All right. There's your pullback to the upside. It's chopping at the top. There's 3 bars right there at that range. So it needs a pretty good break there to go long. Amazon inside now, 15er. 2-1. Now, it could find a base here. It could just be a TTO to the upside. That was a pretty good run there. And the pre-market and after hours, I don't see no difference. I don't see difference between a weekend. I don't see any time frame. I know there's gaps up, gaps downs, but from one day to the next, it's just a continuation to me. That's the way I look at it anyway. So we know this is a different day here, but from the one day to the next, I just see a continuation. Okay. There's no after hours. There's no, the way I look at it, there's no break in time. It's just a continuation. Even on the weekend, we basically play what we see, and that's all there is to it. Zoom wicked out here inside. It can start to chop. If it starts to pull back up, target's gonna be 33.66. It's gonna pivot machine gun up there. But when it hits there, it can start to range. 10 o'clock, you see a lot of red candles forming, a lot of inside reds. There goes Zoom. That's why we don't hold. We don't, hold. After 10 o'clock, we're looking for a long position. Zoom will be long when it breaks 340, when it's actually breaking right this second, but we got to give it, we want it to push up. We want a clear break. All right, because it's touched this point here 3 times. All right, that tells you, hey, there's some kind of wall here. All right, so you want to see a clear break of this wall. Alright. So just because it's broke, don't mean we can enter. This is exactly why we can't enter right this second. Alright, there's 3 candles stacked right here. Right there. Now, if it does break out, we want to see a clear break of this area. I mean, when it breaks through here, we should see solid green, and we want to see it rip. There's a weakness here. It touched it here, here. It came back up in this here. There's resistance there. Always be mindful what's going on. All right. We got to calm down here. Let's look at some 10% scan here. Stava looked pretty good this morning. Still got room to 75, whatever this pivot high is, 76 bucks. Same thing with Salva. Here it had a problem. It broke out of that and it pushed up, and now it's having a problem again. It's showing weakness. Salva's got a beautiful chart here though. On the daily, it does got room to 76. It's just a TTO the upside here. I'm going to mark that top. And for swings, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a strong uptrend. It pull back. As soon as we get confirmation on lower time frame that price is reversing, we can take it long. And top mini candle. Intel right now, 2-2 up. INTC. Big red candle too. Coming up a big red candle. Intel. All right, Intel breaks 57.30. It's long. It's in a range, so you got to be kind of careful. The target's going to be 57.30 and 57.53. Tesla's trying to break it to the downside here. All right, Tesla's inside now. It'll go inside down. If it breaks, if Tesla breaks 601.47, it'll be short. Target is 597.63, and that's the pivot. When it gets there, it can make a clear break. All right, it'll either shoot straight down through there, or it can wick out and then come back up. The reason is because price can't expand there. All righty, but it's wicked down. Every time it got close to this range, it wicked down. So again, I'm missing Intel. Intel's coming up. Intel's fixing to be long. This country western pulls down, run it right back there. Amazon, shooey. Amazon went 2-1-2 down. Amazon's short right this second. Amazon is short. It is short. It is short. Target 33.37. First target is 33.42. Amazon's short right now. It's short. I'm still going to scalp it. I'm not going to hang on to this thing long. Because Amazon will go against you just as quick. Up 4%. 7.2. I've got a trail stop on it. I'm out. Looks like I got about 4%. I'm just not going to hang on to it. I mean, in a blink, it can move $3. I mean, that was roughly a $5 move. But you got to be quick. If you're not quick on the trigger, then just wait. LLY gap down, pull back up, trying to come back down.
Jerry, yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
just when it's wicking, I mean, I'm talking about Amazon. When it started wicking, you just got out, right?
Yeah, just get out. Yeah, but you want to get out with a profit. Now on Amazon, it's still short. It's the target on it still 33.40. But if I can pull $100 and here and $75 there, I'll just take it.
Yeah, even before on the last green candle on the 5-minute, as soon as it crossed, what was it, 3365, you let it go up maybe $2-3, and then you just got out on the first pullback, right?
Yeah. So what I do is in Amazon, I'll set a trip stop, and I try to do limits. I'll try to do a limit sale. And what I'll do is I'll say, you know, I'm comfortable getting $100. I'm comfortable getting $300. I'll set a limit sale at the target. If it looks like there's weakness, I'll go in real quick and I'll change the limit.
Gotcha. And
So a
then,
limit is a lot safer than a trail stop because it can be kind of spready.
and when you say weakness, you're looking at the previous two candles where it was wicking big, right? And that's why you got out early.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
the
gotcha.
weakness shows me weakness, but when it broke the 3-1 here, as soon as it broke this low here, it was short. It was short.
Yeah,
I don't know how
yeah.
far down it's going to go, but I mean that's that was the signal to go short right there.
No,
Now,
no, no.
the
I was talking with the green candles, like
Oh yeah, when
I'm
you're
still,
going up.
yeah, while going up, when you saw the second last and the third last one where it was wicking,
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
just,
Yeah, that tells me, hey, there's some kind of resistance going on here. So
yeah,
it broke the
gotcha.
high. We could take it just for a couple of dollars here. And I actually took it early here, I think. And then I took it 4 times. But I played on
Gotcha.
pullbacks. I really want to see the breaks. The breaks are very important. But I think the last time I played it, or one time I played it here on this break to here, I got out. What I do is I just set a limit. I mean, if I can pull $200 or $300 out of it, I do it.
Gotcha.
That first one was a pretty nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm just not interested in staying in it long because it's, and especially on this pullback, you know, you can pull 3% on Amazon. It's pretty good, but it's so strong, man. Let's think of 2-2 and go right back up, and that's what I'm waiting on. I'm glad you made some money, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was gonna ask you if you got in a Zoom, but I know you just like one ticket at a time.
Yeah, I stay on one ticket at a time. Just want to see how the price action is going, and I'm following what you're saying. So
Yeah,
on the
that wick there.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, on the last one, I lost like $50, but otherwise I'm up. I'm good. I'm
Good.
happy.
Well, good. $50 is not bad for Amazon. You know, even if it's red. I mean, I hate that you're red, but you know that's you put pretty good control on that.
No, overall I'm up, Jerry. I just went in with you and got out.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's great, man. Yeah. But yeah, you did really good. So LLY tried to pull back up, it gapped down, took profits. It's failing right now. LLY is short, but it needs to pull back. Intel. All right, Piton's fixing to be long when it breaks this consolidation here. 109.20. All it is that compound inside bar break range. Intel. I don't know why TOS did not alert me. They're dirty. Intel was long here. 726. Of course, it's not a very good move. Yeah, I'm glad that you made some money on Amazon. That's great. That's terrific. LRCX is 2-2 back up through range. That big red candle. LLY. I wouldn't touch LLY for nothing, only because it's so spready. It's short. It's straight up short right now. And it's got a long ways to go down to the machine gun. You just gotta watch it. If you could buy commons, you'd be set. Got the Amazon move also Zoom. Oh yeah, there you go, Brandy. Good job. Yeah, Adobe. Yeah, Adobe was a ripper yesterday. LRCX come back through. Intel's working. Piton's fixing to break. Yeah, Amazon, great job, man. Yeah, bunch of good calls today. A bunch. Lockheed Martin breaking down. LMT. LMT trying to be short here. LMT needs to break. If it breaks, it could go. It really needs to break this 386.14 range. Target would be pivot low, 385.23. It's not that big a move. We want monster moves. All right, Zoom shining back again. Zoom could run. I mean, it did all day yesterday. Zoom got a big old hammer falling on that 15. Amazon showing strength. All right, here's a TTO on the 5. Right now, it's still in range on the 5-minute. Zoom is trying here. Still needs a clear break. 355. Volume's decreasing on it. 355.10 would be long. Piton ripping. TOS is not getting my alerts. Piton long. Yeah, TOS is not getting my alerts. Not getting my alerts.
Hey, Jerry, looks like Fubo's ripping this morning too.
Nice, thank you for that. I saw it. That was the one that actually came up. So yeah, Piton's long here, guys. Zoom's long. Zoom is long. Zoom is long. We can look at Fubo right quick. Zoom's long. Let me get a target on Piton. Piton can come up to 112.69 if it wants to. Next target 110.30. Let's go ahead and mark that. After the first 30 or 45 minutes of the day, it can go back in a range. So it can break and go back through. That's something to be aware of. Zoom's long here, guys. Zoom is long. Big measure move 30. There's a small TTO right here on the 5. Which here's a beautiful TTO right here on the 5. Now remember, this thing just moves. Take your profits. Let me show you a couple things right quick. Entry was on the break of this high here, right there. Your stop is going to be on this candle here, right there, right on top of this candle, right, the top, right there, the open. Yeah. This is a beautiful TTO here. The price pushed up, it pulls back on these wicks, pushes up, pulls back, starts to consolidate, so it trades sideways here. Pushes up, consolidate, or pulls back on the hammer, it chops sideways. We take it when it breaks the high of this candle here. All right, so all we're doing is trading 2, 1, 2s all day, every day, all day. All day, every day, all day. Now, Zoom is extended. With that being said, remember every time frame is on pullback, the 30 and 60 is just straight up green.
Jerry, take a look at Dash. I think it's trying to do a TTO on the 5-minute too.
All right, dash. Yeah, I'm trying to go back to the small chart. NVIDIA try break. So Zoom's long there. Let me pull up these because these tickers here make some big money. I'll look at Dash for you. NVIDIA, same thing. Here's long. You can give it another 10 seconds or another 10 cents if you want. Same thing. It's just the same thing as that Zoom just did. Zoom's still ripping. Piton's strong. Oh yeah, Dash is looking the same exact way, brother. Yep, sure is. Needs to break the high of this candle here. Let me take a look at the higher time frames first. I always want to be aware of what's going on. Yeah. So I found a base here. It's through a range. Top of this range is 154. And it needs to break this 155. If it breaks that, man, it can shoot straight up to 167. Definitely be eyeing this thing for next week. Yeah, Dash looks good. It needs to come up and make a higher high. So here's what it's doing. Pushes up, pulls back on that wick to here. Pulls back up, pulls back to here. Pulls up, pulls back to here. Now it needs to come back through and take out this up. So look, you can really take it here right now, but your target would only be, so it's long on this break here. Your target's here and here. Now that gets you in early. All right. I like to wait till it breaks the top because at this point it's making a higher high.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll do the same thing you were suggesting, Jerry, just to wait for it to cross the high and then get in.
Yeah, it's safer. It's safer because look what happens when it comes to this price right here. It forms a double top.
Now it either fails or it breaks through there. Let me show you on any break, any consolidation break or a break of a high, there's three things that can happen. One is it hits it and it goes straight to the moon. The second, it'll hit it, it'll pull back and then go through. Third, it'll hit it, become a double top and reverse completely. Or there's four. It'll hit it, push up, it'll break it just by a few pennies, okay? And then come back through range. Then it'll start chopping sideways. And it'll chop until it decides to break out the top, or it decides to break out the bottom and then go back through this range. So that's what happens, especially around 10, 30, 11, we'll start seeing a lot of chop. Now you see Dash yesterday, right on the 5 minute, where it just chopped. This is chop. This really tight range here. Anytime you have a really tight range, that is chop. That will chop you up and that will stop you out. There's no clear direction. They've got to be ranging. They've got to be making new highs or new lows to get in them. And that's it. That's all there is to it, period. If it's not in a good uptrend, then we don't mess with it. So now you see Dash, it broke a high, came back down, it held this support level here, which is on top of these candles, but it's just gonna start chopping. And the longer it consolidates, the bigger the break. So we see this long consolidation here. When it finally breaks, we get this big pop. Yeah, the long consolidation, bigger the break. Amazon coming up.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome, sir. So Amazon's 2-2 and back up 15. Now we can take Amazon back through the range. Piton. What a day, what a day. All right, this is going to be just a TTO on the grander scale. We need this first pullback. We need at least one pullback to get in Amazon. Target will be 33.66 and then all-time highs. All-time highs, daily highs. Up 9% on Peloton. I am going to put a hard stop in here and let her rip. We'll let her go. Yep. So when I get the money on stuff like that, I want to try to get the most out of it. I set a hard stop on it. That way, if I do happen to mess up or not pay attention, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. And I'll give it the chance to go as far as it can go. And the video is breaking right here. We can make sure that it's not going to expand. If you look on the 5-minute candle, on 15, it's a 2-1-2 continuation. On the 30, it's a Momo hammer forming right this second. Just a pullback that we need for the video to keep going today. And ripping Zoom. I hope y'all got in Zoom. Hope you got you some Zoom.
What kind of targets do you have on Zoom, Jerry?
Let me pull it up. The video is going to be long, giving there 10 cents. The video let it break 7-11 be safe. Let me pull up Zoom right quickly. What a day, man. What a day. Let me get it back down here. Beautiful TTO and rip on this thing. There's a measure move on a 30. Here's one of the daily. Let's get this measure move here. 332. 346. It's $14. 360. 360 is target on it. I'd go ahead and pull a stop up pretty close to it. Let me show you where your stop should be at. This is where you need to move your stop to. Of course, you can move it wherever you want, but once I get in the money, I'd like to chill on the 15-minute stop, on 15-minute candles. But if you want this thing to run, give it as much room to run as you can. You want to place it on the base, on the top of this TTL here on the high. So there's the high of it's right here, 10 cents below that. And here's why price can come up All right, it breaks it. We take the brake out. It can pull right back, touch it just a little bit, and then take off. Sometimes they'll be so strong they won't even get close. Sometimes when this thing pulls back, it won't even get close and go up. Now you can trail it on anything that you want. I wouldn't personally give back much of any. So it's just something to be aware of. Yeah. So me, here's where I put my stop. Right here. I'm trailing up to 15-minute candles. And like this candle here, say that candle there's $4. I'm gonna give it half. I don't want to give back $2, but you gotta give it damn Peton up 44%. 40%. Boys, I get 100. Give me 100 over. Breaker. Went ahead and move my stops up. Let's see what she does. That's 38.41%. Zoom to the moon. Peton. Got stopped out. Must have been a quick drawback. I don't care. Don't care. Up 32% Zoom. And I've got a pretty tight stop on there too, because I'm not in the mood to give any of it back. Now look, the reason being is if it starts to pull back, I'll take my money. All right. Once that TT's over with or the pullback's over and it starts to rip and make a new high, I'll get back in it. I'm not going to give it back. That's all there is to it. Don't give it back. You can always hop back in. Intel. I was too busy flopping, hopping Intel. But it's probably going to hit go. Intel. Look at that. That's a beautiful chart there. So let's look at this thing. We got support right here, pivot low. This is money. Hey, Tim, if you could find a scan to do this right here, there's a few different scans that you can make. VIX is making a hammer, SPY's pulling back. Make sure to cover. Before you stop, just stops up. Lily's still ripping down. Dude, these things are just like, they're so easy to read. So easy to read. All right, right here. Change the color. Pivot low. Comes back down. All right. Sometimes they'll wick down just a little bit and then pull right back up as price expands. Price does expand on these things sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. Anyway, it made a double bottom, come right back there. Could it catch right here and go back down? It can. But our target is here. And a lot of times they'll come right up to that with just in a few pennies and turn around and reverse. Right now we got a doji, it's indecision. All right, could be a pullback for the next leg up. First target here, second target here. VIX is doing a hammer right now, so we're probably going to show some weakness right here. Lockheed Martin still puking, and Lily still puking. Zoom to the moon, Peton to the moon. Crazy, man. Crazy. Look, on my monitors, I keep the best of the best. I put the potential, the stocks I have up here have the potential to run and run and run. I keep only the best up here. If they don't perform, I get rid of them. This is pushing up. So Zoom, Limit, LLY, LRCX, ASML's up there, Intel, Peton, UNH, Video, Tesla, AMC, Mona, Novax, Amazon, Limit. Now, 15er. On Tesla, Tesla's supposed to be long here. I like to see it break 607, target will be 611. Right here on the 15er, we got 3 wick downs. All right, in the back of my mind, I know that this thing is inside on the 60. We got a compound inside bar, which is chopped. Can we still play it? We absolutely can. It made a higher low here. All right, it is coming up. So it wicked down 3 times. All right. So that tells you off the bat, there's some kind of support here. There's something going on with this. It made a higher lows. Okay. There was a 2, it goes inside, back up. First target here, second target, third target, fourth target, and then magnitude for the day. Or at least on the 15-minute magnitude. Let's get back to 5 minutes. As soon as it breaks the high of 607.54, be long. Could have took it early. Could have took it as it broke this thing right here, but it's so close to this this wick here. Let me show you this wick. When you see wicks, you need to think to yourself, this was a solid red bar and I pulled it back here. So what's the chances of it pulling back to this range here and wicking back again? There's a pretty good chance it's going to happen because it's done it once, twice, 3 times. All right. So that's why, I set my entries at certain points. All right. I want to be a little bit above this candle here. All right. If it don't hit it, no harm, no foul. All right. And the target would be the top of this red candle here. Right? There's no resistance here. Plus, there's a bunch of stops stacked really, really tightly. Really, 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 really tightly. All right. So when I'm setting entries, I'm looking. Zoom is going to hit 400 bucks or 360 target. That's a measure move target on the thing. It just hit. Zoom just hit target. All right. And then we got close to hitting our stops. I mean, that's 61.8%. I set my stops too close on Pecan, got kicked. It still ran. Don't care. Don't care. All right. Price based here. See it? It started making higher lows. Okay. Higher highs. Pushed up, pulled back on this candle, it's come back through. There's your inside bar happening right this second. Okay. So this is a pullback to the upside if it makes a new high here. I don't care if it breaks this high here. I'm still going to wait until it breaks this high, this candle right here. All right. Because I want to catch this move here. Here. Now I want to show you something. My actual target is the open on this red candle here. Okay. So if I'm going to sell this, I'm going to set, I'm going to join the ash right here. All right, as price pushes up there. This is my ultimate target here. All right, pivot high. I want to be selling as price gets to this because this could be so powerful here. When it touches it, it can come right back down. I don't want to chase the ask or the bid. All right, Texas fixing to be long right here. We need a clear break. Because it right here at this point, it's pulled back before. What we're waiting on. Intel's going to hit that target. Don't you question. Don't you question. Zoom stopped out. I'm not giving it back. If it goes inside on the 15, it's inside on 15, but if it goes inside up, I'll get back in. I think I got it up for about 54, 53. Looks like where it hit.
Yeah, I sold my Zoom on a nice gamma spike. That was a great call.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, exactly. And I should have done the same thing, but I got greedy. So at 360, join the ask as it comes up to it. So, if I was paying attention to stuff, I probably would have done a limit sell or join the ask as it came to about 359.50. So about 50 cents away, $1 away, join the ask and let price fill. It's a big old spike. All right, look right here. What's going on? What's going on? See that wick there? 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wicks. Can it make a solid green bar and continue to push? Yeah, but right now there's a problem. There is a problem. It can get strong enough and push through there. It can still get pushed through there. There's a first wick. There's a second wick. All right. This wick here tells you there's a hidden wall here. Price can break through here, okay? But we need a clear, solid break. The video's trying to break again. All right. That's just fixing to be long. Piton's still going. All right, Tesla is long now. I want to see it push a green bar before I send the button. The video's fixing to be long. All right, I'm in Tesla. Let's see what she do. All right, stops. My stop is right here. Let's see, I might be able to. My stop, I'm gonna put my stop right here at this candle. All right. 606.70 is gonna be where I put my stop. And it's just a mental stop. All right, so what you do is you set alert there. If it breaks that, you damn sell the bid and you sell it now. We can always take another run at it. Don't hesitate to cancel. All right. Target's gonna be open. All right. I've joined the ants that gets this crash right here, hoping it'll fill before it gets to 611. Lockheed Martin, we should have got in that. No big deal. Go back to reversing. Amazon just chopping. May get stopped out. Hey, what does that tell me? We're getting chopped across the board. AMC inside 15. All right, same with Tesla. I use the mental stock, right? So if it hits my alert here, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to say this. I don't want anybody doing my day, but I'm still gonna watch it for a split second before I just send. I'm comfortable being down maybe 60, 70 bucks. I don't. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. I didn't even notice this point control or this pivot low over here. But I'm still in it. I'm probably gonna give it point control right now. A down 3% Tesla. 3.2. So I think I'll give it maybe 6% before I cut it. Let's see. It's just one contract. It's just one. Morning breaking down. It's just one. Man. Oh man. So option who's having fun? Yeah. So optimizer, he's pretty good. He probably knows about setting the RAM and stuff like that to open. All right, add a Tesla. I'm not gonna play with it. Big old metal money back here. Nice job, man. Nice job. Snow up to 40. Nice. Tell you what, Snow's setting up for one hell of a swing. We'll look at it in a second, but Snow, I've been watching it. Nice job, Jerry. Great job, man. We got a lot of good people in here. There's a lot of good people, man. A lot of good people. We're one great team. Tell you that. Salvage movement. All right, take a look at that. Salva. Oh yes, Salva's right there on my scan. Oh yeah, so there's a pullback on that hammer with the next leg up. There's a nice TT on the 15. Big hammer, 30. Pushes back up through there. Let's see if there's any kind of problems here. There's a nice TTO. Yeah, I saw this earlier. And look, I had an alert right there. I don't know why it didn't alert me. Yeah, my alert was on that pivot. Yeah, so it's long right now. Actually, it was long when it broke this pivot. Looks good. It's a little extended. Remember, every time it's on pullback, we'll extend on this 30 and the 60. Well, I say the 60, not the 30, because the hammers are pullback. Pecan's still ripping. All right, Zoom. We're looking to take another entry back in there. If you're interested, making a hammer on the 15 could just be a TTO here. Be a pullback. This is a measured move right here on Zoom. So now we're going to start taking this as a target. 347, 360. That's $13. Target's gonna be 373 daily target. ATR 13, it's already 14.9. It could probably start chopping here. We'll see. Hey, this though, it needs to break 360. 360.50 to go long in it. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it before then. We're getting a lot of chop. We're getting a lot of chop right now. Yeah, so a bit late. Yeah, I haven't learned on that thing at the high. Let's see here. Do this. No. LRCX reverse. Got a 2-2 down off a shooter on the 15er. So first target's going to be 637 to 634. I don't like it. I'm going to tell you this because that inside bar is right smack in the middle. Even though it's got a signal down, there's a lot better setup than this right here. Yeah. Plus, it's got a pretty tight range on there. I'll probably end up swapping this one out for another one today. Intel. Hey, man. Them big old red candles, green candles are money. All right. Intel hit target, which is the open. Now, Intel's not a very big mover, but it's the pattern that's important. It's the pattern that's important. Just like on Tesla, we expected Tesla to break up through there, which it probably still can. But you can't sit around that garbage waiting on it to pull up. Don't sit through garbage. All right. Our target was 57, 55. And just like on Tesla, we're going to target the open. All right. And join the ask as price pushes up through here. And you gotta be careful at these points here because sometimes they'll hit it and then pull right back down. So, you know, that's important to be managing these things when it comes up to your target. And like Zoom, we called target on that 360. It hit it. I mean, it hit it to the penny and pulled back pretty hard. And that was a measured move. And that just shows you how relevant they are and how accurate they can be. J&J. Amazon. Amazon's still inside of Doji. It's fixing to be short with the target being the next countdown at 15er. Oh, J&J's rolling down. It's breaking through that 15 pivot. A lot of support right here. A lot of support at 165.25. A week down through there. Clean break to continue lower. Love it. Gosh, looks good. J, 2 up, 2 down monthly. It's ranging. You're still trading. Every week. Clear downtrend. Pulls down, pulls back down, comes back up. Get puker. You a puker. Amazon's fixing to be short again. It's in a clear downtrend. We got 2 pullbacks to the downside. Target's gonna be 3340 on this thing. There's a 2-on-2 reversal on the 30. Amazon short. Amazon is short. Target's gonna be 3341. You want a solid red candle here. Needs to be solid red. No wick. Let's see what she do. Zoom in and pulling back down. Doing strong, even though it's pulling back right now. VIX coming up. Tell you what, VIX is gonna get feel problem. Not in Amazon yet. I need that solid red bar. I like it. I love it. All right, let's look at the 10% scans. 2 1 here. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let's take a 15-minute candle. See what she does. Zoom's still strong. Zoom is still strong. That's that choppy mess. I'm still looking at short Amazon here.
I shorted Restoration Hardware, target 682.60.
260. Nice. Thank you so much. What is the ticker name? What was the ticker on that one? What was Restoration Hardware?
Yeah, RH.
All right. Okay. Take a look. Oh, okay. I'm short on Amazon right now. Short Amazon. Let's see what she do. I've got a limit set. So we can get filled on it. Amazon can go get you real quick. So if I can pull $100 for each contract or more, I'll do it. They add up. Got 3%. 4.2. Oh. Yeah, limit sale, except for the hit. Adjust it. Oh, gooey. Going the wrong way. No, I see they're messing around with the orange up there. Stop that. Stop, limited. I did move my limit down a little bit. RH looks good. Oh man, yeah. So first target was 682.92. Restoration hardware. 212. Higher highs. Great. Almost should have formed it on the fiver. Cutting Amazon. I'm not gonna get much money back. That one cost me $80. Oosh. Zoom. The RH looks pretty good. Yeah, Amazon's just chopping. RH still coming down. That's fine. Sure. Is it ready? Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, it's ready. Gosh, as it can move. Shit. Boy, if this thing fills that gap, if it fills half that gap, it's $20. Goodness gracious. I hear still trying to come up. Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin's one of those that reverses and comes back through range. Does almost every day. Intel hit open and pulled right back down. That's why they're always target. First target, second target's pivot. Or the top of it, the actual high of the candle. Lockheed Martin, same thing here. Safer entry is above pivot. Okay, we want to say. So whenever I take these candles back through range, country western, I set a target or an entry in my at the best place, right? I set it right above resistance. All right, let me show you. So it based here. All right, it pushed up, pulled back on that, came right back up. All right, we got a pivot low here. And we see these 3 wicks on this candle here. Yeah, there's some kind of resistance there. So price can come up to this and pull right back down. All right. So I'll set this as my entry. So if it breaks across that, then I'll take it long. And of course, these will be targets. On a higher time frame, it's just one solid red candle. AMC, if we want to, Chicago 30-year. So you can take it long here. It's safer to wait though. A lot of resistance there. So that's how I do the country westerns. I set it. Oh shit, I'm missing Zoom. Zoom 212 turn back up. PTO. So Zoom, it needs to have a clear break here. Because it can break here and then start pulling back through range. Pecan looks like he's trying to PTO back up. All right, I'm on Zoom. Long Zoom. Yeah, okay. And we got our pullback on the 60. Pull this up. I'll show you where your stops are at. I'm gonna set them right on top of this candle here. Right here. There's two candles. They're top of each other. All right. My stops are always gonna be on top of that candle. All right. Entry is when it breaks the high. So the high of this candle here. That's the entry. The stop's gonna be sitting right. So you want to find the closest support resistance. These two candles line up. That's where the stop come back. You can get a few pennies below it. Not much. Your stops are gotta be. They don't have to be far. They can be tight. They can be tight, and here's why. We keep our stops below. You break it on the high. Price can come back down and wick through just a little bit and then take back off. Okay. On this first TTO right here, that's when you add. Or if you're new and you want confirmation that it's an uptrend, wait on that first pullback. Once price pushes up, I tell you to enter here. You can wait until price pulls back and then hit it as it crosses the high. All right. So on this one, price pushed up, broke out here. Now it's pulling back right here. Right. Now stop. Here. Stop is right here. If price breaks below this range here, there's a problem. And that problem is it can start to range again. So it could come back through and start chopping sideways. So it can do this. And if it decides to break out. And when it chops like that, it can literally break out either way. So we want to see it push up and make a new high here. Okay. We want it to always make new highs. And the trend is intact. If it comes up and it fails to make a new high here, there's a weakness. Stops right here. Of course, you don't have to wait. You know, if you have a smart account, you don't have to wait on that first pullback. If it comes up and it shows any sign of weakness, take your money. By all means, take it. Don't wait. If you have a smaller account, you know, that dollar pullback could be 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Come on, Delta. Don't be greedy. Take your money. Worry on building your account. You know, to catch the big moves, then you have to allow it to do that first TTL. And that's when you add, as soon as it breaks. That's how you start catching these big moves. Sometimes it'll break here. Here's what price does. It goes up, pulls back. You take it as soon as it crosses the high. Okay. Take it when it crosses here. Sometimes price will pull back, go down with it, and take off. There's our next high. Sometimes price can come down, not even get close to take off. All right. And come back down, make a new high, come back down, retest, make a lower low. I mean, they can do all kinds of stuff. Make a lower high, they can make a higher low, and a lower high and a higher low, it could just start to wedge. Okay. So I could do this. Then it'll eventually break up one side or the other. All right, there's the first TTO here. So add. You can either enter or add on Zoom. Like that makes a solid green bar here. That's your first TTO right here. That is a TTO. It don't have to be red to be a TTO. All right. See, price pulls up, pulls back to that candle there. Guess what? She's gone. It's a TTO. TTO pullback. I don't care what you want to call it. She gone. We can call her that. That's how you get the big moves. Stop's gonna be. Right below that last candle breakout. So your stop's gonna be a little bit below that open or the close. Of course, right here on top of that, there's support. All right, and price can come up, get close to it, keep going. Price can come up, pull back through it a little bit, and then keep going. So many possibilities. You're very welcome. Yeah, so Tesla's just chopping. It's just chopping. Yeah, if you look at, let's look at Tesla right now. It's doing the same thing I was just showing you. As far as wedging goes. When it's doing that, stay out. It's just as bad as a consolidation. It is basically consolidating, but it's just wedging. Zoom needs to hold the top of that 2-1 on the 15-year. You can give it a little bit of room there. Hopefully it's strong enough where it don't pull back and get close to touching. Coming down. Like that. So it's making lower highs and higher lows. It's eventually going to break out one side or the other. You know, it's going to come out here. But on top of that, I'll show you this. We have a range. It's the compound inside bar here. Price is right in the middle. It's right in the middle of this thing. That's not a good place to be. You want to be in the middle of something. You want to be near the top or near the bottom. In the middle, no good. No bueno. No bueno. This right here, it's basically a mother bar. And all this is right smack in the middle of it. So you want to break to the top or break to the bottom. As long as price is inside, the pivot high and the pivot low really helps mark these things really quickly so you can see them quicker. But if you compound these bars here, one bar, and all this is inside this bar right here. All this fits inside this one bar. And that bar is marked by the pivot high and the pivot low. Amazon's finally breaking. You dirty dog. You can't sit through Amazon until it makes the move it wants to move. Maybe you're rolling over. I guarantee you, VIX is probably fixing a gap fill on the 60. If it does, SPY's gonna come down with it. So if VIX comes up and breaks 1570, a gap fill. You don't really want to trade this garbage here. You just have to be aware of it's making higher lows. high, except for TTO here range. You come back through though. Shopping right now. Zoom stop that. Amazon coming on down. Tesla coming on down. Nvidia puke. All right, VIX gap down. SPY's gonna be short here. SPY short right this second. SPY is short. SPY is short. We're going to target 421.42. Or we're going to target it until VIX fills this gap. I knew it filled it. I knew it. I thought it was this morning. They like filling it. They just like to fill it. This is trying to be short. It needs to cross below all those candles. Hopefully SPY comes back up, touches this pivot low. It holds its support or resistance, and it goes on back down. I'm short on SPY. Let's see what she does. VIX come up like that, it's going to make a lot of stuff come down. Amazon down. Wow, that's not good. Yeah. Thanks for that, Joseph. Yeah, SPY still. Down on SPY. Down $4.50 on SPY. Ooh, Tesla. Ooh, Tesla. Tesla's trying to break here. The only problem is if it breaks here, target's only $1 away. That's not much. Well, it could hit 597. It's gonna throw a short signal though. Until hammer. Well, He's pulling back. Intel got two hammers forming on the 15. Now it's Friday. We're gonna start playing some games with us up here at Big Run.
I was hoping for the same thing, Jerry, a big run.
Yeah, I love that. I'd like to pull another $100 on Amazon by the end of the day. We're probably gonna chop the market up the rest of the day, though. On a better note, Tesla's holding this support down here, making a double bottom. The hold here can quickly take these stops out here. Target being 607.55. That's about a $4 window. I know a lot of times these tickers, they come through these ranges right here really quickly, especially with a bunch of stops. You know, that don't mean they won't continue to chop, it can. But it can quickly come back through there. Zoom trying to hammer back up. Now you just can't trust them. INTC, hammer. Oh, 15, he's making lower highs though. It's always your first sign of something going on. First of all, it's ranging. So if you look at Intel, it looks like this. There's a 2. All this is inside, but it's smack right dab in the middle of it. Very important with that inside of it. All right, let's look at the scan. 10% scan. So, weakness, AVS. One more these, there's a lot of volume in these. It's got 2 up. Target on this thing, it's $98. Wow. Somebody likes this one. 212, we can get a big old measure move on this thing. We're gonna mark the high here just in case it wants to run here with it. Pretty clean. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Okay. White and white, right. They come out today. Okay. 37 to 24. Ooh. Oh no, that's not optional. Yeah. No. This right here's making lower highs and lower lows. Big move this morning. $7. And it's got a clean chart. 212 broke through, held support on the monthly. Rip. Clean TTOs here, back up. There's that big push for that daily pivot. That's a nice clean TTO here. Yeah. Push, false break, down. That measure move is roughly $7. Why? Tells me possibly it can break back through there. 2-1 inside. Could be a 2-1-2 continuation move. Measure move. So we want to do is mark the high 40-46, and hopefully if it breaks, QS lets us know about it. Intel's trying to break. INTC consolidating right now. Okay, inside bar with 2 hammers. 315. Remember, target was here. First target was open, and second target was pivot high. Didn't even get there. Daily target 58. All right, we got that. Second.
Jerry, check out PayPal, really strong today.
PayPal. PayPal looked good too yesterday, didn't it? Oh yeah. PayPal making higher highs, higher lows, trying to break out that pivot right now. Oh. 3-2, the 2-2 reversal, pushing back through. Nice clean candles. 3 yesterday, 2 today. Target on it today still 275. Oh, it's nice looking. So that 3 there was your pullback. So pushed up, pulled back on that, and we'll right back through it. PayPal's gonna be long, it breaks 270, 90. The only thing about PayPal is it needs a pullback on it. It definitely needs a clean break. We'll mark it there and see. The greater screen thing that's been chopping a little bit on the 5. It did break through pivot on a 30 and retested held. So I do see it going higher. Lockheed Martin trying to come back through. I played Lockheed Martin the other day, Country Western. Intel, same thing. All right, Lockheed Martin. It needs to break. I don't know, am I? See, I said words and they're gone. Needs to break 387.12. We'll take it long. Target's gonna be open and high. Of the 60. 37, 58, 88, 89. So Lockheed Martin breaks 387.13. We could see it come back through these big red candles here. Here's nice. We see it chopping sideways now. It's holding support on top of that pivot. Ooh, ABS. Very pretty good. One consolidating right now. Move inside. Other side. Over. Over. Gap up, ran. Get back down. It looks like it's starting to curl back up. Move inside. The 312 Chicago on a weekly. There's a 2-2 or tweezer bottom on the monthly. 312. Can't come up to 25.90. I want it. The head go shooter on the daily though. Not crazy about that. We'll mark it here. If we put it on the machine gun, come up to 1880. 7. Lockheed Martin coming on up there. Come in, Jay. Get it ready. Lockheed Martin fixing to be long here. Target's gonna be 389. It'll take a while to get there, but it should. We'll get some chop on the way up. All right, test the double bottom, trying to come back out. Okay, look at Amazon. Amazon's very bullish. Let me take a look at it now. PMPH. PMPH is setting up. Right now it's inside of range here. It's definitely need to break at 146.25 to make new highs. Two inside off a hammer. So it could be at 2-2. Back up. Monthly target would be 170. But push through pivot low is holding the support now. Trying to break that daily and the 4 hour. Really good. Yeah, MPH looks really good. 3 Momo hammer on the 60. 212 continuation measure move on the 30. And there's another break and retest on that resistance and that support. Looks good. MPH needs to break 146.25. I'd probably give it, it's supposed to launch 146.40 at least. Because remember, price can expand on these ranges. So it could expand like this right here and then go back to this range here. All right. Amazon. Amazon. We look on the daily. It's making lower lows and lower highs, or lower highs and lower lows. We're on the week, man, that thing can come up and see. That big old red can in there. They'll run out of time this week.
Hey, Jerry,
Yes, sir.
take off, man. Thank you for everything you do, and you have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you too. You have a great day, my friend. Great weekend. Lockheed Martin's long here, guys. He's trying to break back out. Intel's trying to go for that next push. Amazon might be trying to reverse here. We're getting a pull back on VIX. Amazon, I'd really like to see it break point of control. You could scalp it though. Like it's long right this second. Target's going to be 51, 33.51. The good thing is it broke through this pivot right here on the 15 and retested. There's a lot of stuff to take out on the way back up. So it pushed up, pulled back, retested. They don't have to touch the retest. Now it can come right back to the range here. To make sure it is a reversal, we want to see at least one pullback right here on the fiber to confirm a reversal. So I like to see at least a pullback. There's one pullback right here. See, it presses up, it hits that 3, and then comes back up. There's the first pullback. So it's long right now. Target's going to be point control, 33.51.
Zoom's moving again.
Which one?
Zoom.
Oh, Zoom. Oh, yeah, sure is. Fix gotta go. Yeah. Nice, man. Intel's going. Piton's breaking out. Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin's long, guys. I'm going to target the top of that red can on the 60. Looks like yes, or a couple days ago. Tesla's trying to 2-2 back up. Boy, they all breaking. I wouldn't trust them too much, though. I can tell you that. Zoom's inside this range here. It needs a clean break of 362. 362. We just want to make sure it don't price don't expand on this fiber and then it go back down through it. Amazon's almost the first target here. Which is point of control. RCX, got stuff going back. So I've got a really tight stop on Amazon. I got a burn on it earlier.
Take a look at Docu too.
Document. Amazon's working here. Let's take a look at Docu. Oh yeah, same thing. So on a 5 minute, it pushed up to the 30, it held and retested a bunch of different times. And you can see it's a clear rejection too right here on this 30. I'm trying to make it bigger here. Right now, it's rejecting off this thing right here. So pushed up, retest, it's fixing to go. Needs to break 249, 250.
Yeah, 250. I'm gonna look at it get in.
Yeah, it's a clean chart. On the 60, it's been in a really tight range, and we know the longer that price consolidates in a range, the bigger the break. It finally broke out right here. It's inside. We need it to break. Man, when you see that, when it breaks that 250, this thing's got some more room to go. Let's take a look at the daily. Oh yeah.
Measure move on the daily. It looks good too.
Absolutely, and plus it broke through daily pivot, came back, retested perfectly with that 3, and then shot right back up. Clean, very clean. Sure. Amazon's still working here. Yeah, gonna break a 250 Docu. I'll probably give it like 250, 20 or something like that. Amazon's still going. Up 6% Amazon. It's at target right this second. It needs to break through point of control. Come on. 5 minutes to the flip. Let's see what you do. Let's see what you do. Oh, I made my $80 back. Let's see how much more money we can get out of it. Econ TTO 15er, 30 back up. Normal hammer 60. Lockheed Martin still working. Oh, Amazon, let's break. Test the double bottom, trying to come back up. 2 down, 2 up. Amazon going. Lockheed Martin still working. Peton working. Come on, Amazon. Shoot, I like to pull 100% on Amazon right now. Peton working. Stop that at Amazon. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Peton looked good. Push up through the 30, came back down, retested. Now it's trying to come back up. Come on. Yeah, to keep eye on Tesla here. We might get to work this time. So right here on the fiber, even on the 15 and the 30. Tesla's inside of range. We gotta remember that. So we're getting chopped up a little bit. We can still play it. There's plenty enough room to play it. There's $25 in that range. There goes Peton, guys. It's long right now if you're not in it. Peton's long again. Amazon pushing back up. I may be looking to get back into Amazon. Tesla breaks this here, it'd be long, target 607.76. You see a double bottom here on the 5 minute, it held support, trying to push back through. So it's in a range here itself, but it takes these stops out on the way up. So Tesla is long right now. Tesla is long, target 607. You won't wait on a big solid green candle. That's Doc.
Here goes Docu.
Docu. Amazon, holy shit. Maybe I set my stops too tight. Yeah, Docu breaking right now. Docu's long. Amazon coming right back through range. You gotta be careful with it, Amazon. It broke through point of control. Point of control can act as support and resistance. Amazon, hammer 60. Lockheed Martin still working, Pecan still going. I like to see a retest on Amazon at this point of control and then get back in. Lockheed Martin, again, target's going to be 389. 388, 78 actually. And then point of control, or not point of control, but pivot high. All right, Amazon. There's a flip. Let's see what's going to happen here. We got a small pullback right here on Amazon. Let's check that on the 1 minute. Don't need much to get in it. Don't take much. Yeah, so Amazon came back down, retested. Pivot. That's how strong these pivots are, man. They're very important. They mark these hidden support resistance levels. They sure do. Still looking to take Tesla on.
Jerry,
Indeed. Yep.
Jerry, JKS, it's going.
Ooh, so. Oh, sure is. JKS 22 mark. Ooh. We should pull back on that 3 right back up. There's some JKS. Nice. JKS, oh, it's got some kind of news or something. Yeah, it looks good. Lockheed Martin still working. Going back to the range pretty quick. All right, to stay in the screen longer, you can do a few different things. You can use the Hakanashi and just stay in it until the color change. You can use parabolic SAR as an indicator to get out, or you could keep your eye on the 15-minute chart and wait for it to 2-2 against you. There are a few different things you can do. Stay on the chart a bit longer. Yeah, that's when you can start holding through those TTLs, especially that first one, man. That's when you start getting those monster moves. On the bigger tickers, though, they can go against you so quick. You really want to just take profits. You can. It's a lot easier. You know, what I would recommend doing is, you know, starting with the smaller ones and practice holding those first. Yeah. All right, JKS is long. TTO here. We need to make a solid green bar again. Need a solid green bar. Yeah, practice with the cheaper tickets first. And then once you get confidence built up on that, then you can start holding these bigger ones longer. But sometimes on that first TTO, you can be damaged a little bit. Brandy, I appreciate that very much. It's very kind of you. Lucky Martin's still working. Again, we're coming back to that range. That's a target. Big red and green candles are money. They're money. Zoom chopping sideways. Making higher lows, lower highs is just wedging. It's just a bull flag, really. You can call it whatever you want, just consolidation. Consolidation or compound inside bar, a range, a chop. So play. Looks like that. There's a flagpole. Last stuff's ranging. Last stuff's corner. VDA, keep an eye on her. She could be trying to make some moves. We have pullback on the 60. Remember, every time frame needs its own pullback. You kind of try to keep it go again. So every time frame needs its own pullback. There's a big measure move right here on the video. Pushed up helps support. Remember, it don't have to touch to hold it. We just need to stay above it. And sometimes though, I want to say this, they can wick back, they can wick down through there a little bit and then push back out. Right now it's ranging. So on the 15-minute here. It's in a range. Oh, this is a range. So it's just a 2, 1. Okay. Hopefully. Otherwise it can reverse. So it's just all 2, 1, 2 continuation reversals. All this. Tesla's throwing a long signal. So keep an eye on the video. Look at Tesla here. It could be solid green though. What is the other? Oh, it's a 1 minute, that's why. Or note to self, don't look at the 1 minute. Yeah, so it's coming up. Target was here. It's almost there. 607.85. It's just chopped on the way up though. Yeah. It probably will get to there. That's just a lot of chop to deal with. So Tesla's long right this second. Target's only $1.70 away. Lockheed Martin's still working. Remember this pattern, people. Remember, you don't want to, when you take it, you want to set your entry. And to take it long or short through these big red candles, price needs to be at least 25% above the base to go long or 25% below the top to go short. You want to see at least one pullback. All right, so let's pull up Lockheed Martin. Price comes down, breaks through pivot low, retests it, holds, goes on down. All right, starts to curl. It finds a bottom here. We don't know if this is the bottom yet. All right, we don't know if this is the bottom of consolidation for the next leg down. We set an entry up here because it's wicking. It's also above pivot low. All right. So it pushes up. It touches pivot. All right. Here's your first pullback. It starts chopping sideways. It finally breaks out right here. As it breaks out, it comes back and retest here. And it's just gonna, target's gonna be here, 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 here. Yeah, that's circle. All right, a video. NVDA. We have TTO on the 15 or the 30. And also, if you look at Lockheed Martin too, on the 60 here, it's in a range, but it touched its base 3 times. So, more confirmation you have, the more confident you can be in the move. And we probably could have got in Lockheed Martin a little bit sooner, but when you start seeing wicks and stuff, you gotta be mindful of everything around you. Everything around you. Don't have blinders on looking at stuff. You need to look at everything, the broad picture. Don't get sidetracked on one thing. Don't get sidetracked on individual numbers. How about that? I'm still trying to push here. So don't get focused on one number or 2 numbers. NVIDIA 212, but more than that, there's a few different things, and it just reconfirms everything. Right now, it's in a range here. All right, so it's always safer to break or wait on the break of the range. The longer this thing stays in this range, the bigger the break. All right, so we have that. We've got a pullback on the 60. All right. All right. So also on the 30s and the 15, it breaks through pivot. Of course, we take that, right? We see high volume. That's something I noticed a lot here lately. We get a lot of volume breaking through these pivots. All right. Then we have a huge break. All right. That's $7. It's $7 breaks. So I'm saying the longer consolidation, the bigger the break. This thing consolidated for 5 or 6 days here. When it breaks, it has a massive break. All right. So the real fun, the retest. All right. So we pulled $7 this move. When this breaks, we should expect another $7 move. All right. Because the second move's always twice the first. So you want to take it when it breaks the high. You could try to get in early. You know, you could take it when it breaks this here. Okay. The problem with that is your targets are only here and here. And remember, when price comes up, it forms a double top. It can reject. It can reject and go back through this range. All right. It will eventually break. I don't know when, but it's going to break out the top or it's going to break out the bottom. If it breaks the high of this candle, we can assume it's going to make a higher high and continue the trend. Lockheed Martin's still working. Lockheed Martin just a clean play. Slow, but clean. Become broke. Let's look at Piton real quick. It broke out but consolidated. So remember, you hear me say sometimes there's sub ones inside of a range. This right here kind of shows. This shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Price pushes up here, chops sideways, breaks out, chops sideways, and breaks out. Now it's chopping sideways again. And it'll probably break out. And then it'll chop sideways again. And then it'll break out. It'll chop sideways again. They're just sub 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And you might be able to see them on the 60. No, you can't see them. But I can see them. I don't need the numbers.
Apple's about to go 2-1-2 on the hour.
Thank you. So on Piton right here on the 60, the hammer, the wick here was inside. Apple. So it moves up and it rests, and it moves up and it rests. And after 10 o'clock, things slow down. Oh, yeah, it's a nice level there. Target 127.28. Nice 2-2. Got only 128.19 today. It wants it. In a pretty tight range in the 4 hour. I think that's still plenty of room to trade it. Lockheed Martin still trying.
Yeah, it is
Trying.
still an inside day.
Was it Apple?
Yeah, it's still an inside day.
Oh, nice. That's good. It'd been nice to catch that country western there. It needs a clean break now to get in at 127.31. Started at 128. Yeah, so when things slow down, especially around lunchtime, I'm looking for 2-2. So I'm mostly looking for 2-2s. I'll still trade breaks, but I want to see volume roll in. Yes, sir. LRCX is rolling back up. Let's take a look. See. The video's still coming up. All right, first pullback. LRCX will be long, target 641. Yep. Still liking the video here. It's looking promising. Well, so you could take the video long right now. Target 7-11-27. Yeah. ASML, try to push up. But make sure if you're going to get into this stuff right now, like locking on that stuff, you got to buy next week's expiration. Because if you buy them today, even though price is pushing up, you're going to be negative. Because of theta. Oh no. Oh yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can treat the entry and exit like it, but if you go to resources, there's a book in there. It's right above the videos, the Epic Coin. There's a couple books right there in that same paragraph. One's on volume analysis by NPA. The other one's about options. And man, it's a must read. If you're new to options, you've got to read that book. There's hands down, you have to read it. It tells you all about the Greeks, IV, delta, theta. You got to understand there's a thing called theta, it's time decay. And as you get closer to expiration, as price chops or moves sideways, you can be negative. And there's IV, and the IV can really hurt you if you're not careful. You can make a lot of money in commons, but you've got to understand exactly how they work. Peacon's trying to break that negative push before it chops sideways again. There's good money in options. You've got to understand every bit of them. Oh yeah, Colin, you got it. Colin's on it. Great job. Yeah.
Learned it from you, Big O.
Thank you, my friend. That's why we're the best team ever. There's always somebody to help. Yeah, that book is a must read. It's in resources.
I mean, we've all been there at some point, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we started somewhere for sure. Absolutely. And there's some people, you know, they don't have somebody to tell them about time decay. You know, they just go in and they loot and they just blow their account. Or they might get lucky and make a lot of money and then they turn around and give it right back. How many times have you heard somebody making $10,000, $20,000 and just turn around and give it back? Well, the book is it's in resources. Let me try to find it. All right. If you go, I'm going to try to post it in the general chat so it makes it easier for you to find. Maybe somebody can go to, I'm scared to go to Discord on the computer and lag it. But if somebody wants to go to general chat and like copy and paste it to Zoom chat, for me, please. I'm going to post it in general chat right now. So if you want to go there, you can pull it up. Well, it's right in general chat. It's a must read. You've got to read that book. Hands down. You've got to read it. It is mandatory. I'm also going to put this book in here by Ann Cooling. I keep calling it Coulier, but it's Cooling or something like that. That's another good book. And anything that's in resources that I put in there is important. I try to cut out all the noise. If it's not important, I didn't post it in there. There's a lot of good stuff in there by other people too. So But if it's in there and I put it in there, you might want to stop and look at it. Because I use it every day. The other book I'm going to post in general chat is Volume at Price, Volatility. It's a good book. And you can actually, it helps you tell the difference between a pullback versus a reversal. It also helps you see market manipulation. So, very good book. Make it back. Nice. Thank you, Pete. There's some good stuff in there. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Well, there's some really good books. Oh yeah, also Anne Fouye, she's got some videos on YouTube. Very good books.
But also, the important thing is to trade small when you start, just so you can kind of see how the price moves.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you can read all the books, but once you get into a position, you don't, emotions start to take over.
Yeah. Yeah. Even now, I always start with one contract. Even now. Yeah, and I recommend everybody should start with one contract, even if you're experienced, because on these breaks that we take, they either work immediately or they don't. And if something goes wrong, I'm not out much on one contract. If I go in on 10 contracts of Amazon, I'm screwed. So start with one, and if that first TTO, you can start adding. I usually add in increments of 5, so I'll start with 5 or 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I try to get the same expiration, or not the same strike price, I'm sorry.
But are you still going in those same quantities as like you are, like say a cheap option, like say, Procter & Gamble versus Tesla?
Yeah, it's still the same. It's still the same.
Oh, really? So it's a huge dollar amount difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I still do the same.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. Now, there is one exception. That's on SPY. And a lot of times when I go on SPY, I usually start with 10 contracts. And that's the only ticker I'll do that with. Because I usually don't trade SPY much. And if I trade SPY, it's usually not going to be in, I'm not going to be in there very long. But everything else is just one.
Yeah, I'm in SPY right now and it's chopping me up right here.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. Know when to trade because, Friday afternoon, it's pretty dead.
Yeah. And then the market makers are pissed. They're going to try to get as much money as they can from me for the weekend. But SPY, I took SPY short earlier because VIX started to fill the gap and solid green bar. I figured it would fill the gap, and then I got stopped out on SPY. It wasn't much. In total, I was out $100 on 10 contracts. But it's when the spread's really tight, you can do. I guess you can do that, right? You don't want to be starting 10 contracts with something that's got a $80 spread though. Yeah, one contract. You check it out. Oh yeah, Wilma, I do day trade the options. Theta, you really got to worry about theta on Thursday and Fridays, especially on that 0 DTE, because theta can kill you. So on Thursday and the first, 3 or 4 hours of the day, theta's not too bad. After lunch, you really got to be concerned with it, especially if there's chop. It's best to probably go ahead and buy next week expiration. Friday is especially important in the first hour of the day, first hour or two. As long you got to have a quick movement and a big movement in order to take full advantage of those 0 DTEs. After 11, you want to get next week expiration, especially if price is moving up, but it's slow, like Lockheed Martin right now. And Piton, it's moving up, but it's slow. Even if price moves up $1 an hour with 0 DTE falls or puts or whatever, you can still be negative. You can still run the risk of being negative. And I learned that the hard way several months ago. I bought Tesla and it ran up $10 over the day. And by the end of the day, I was still negative. Still negative. Because of theta. So now, like during the day, after 11:30, I'll try to get next week calls. And the only exception is, say we have a lot of something comes in and we see a big push of volume. All right. Then what I'll do is I'll buy 0 DTE in the money. They'll be pretty good in the money. And that way I can try to take full advantage of the move as quickly as possible. But it's going to just be a scale. That's all it's going to be. FRM. The video is still working here. Target on the video is still 711. All right. And then we want to break that. So the video is still long here. You got to buy next week expiration. FRM. So stay there, it will hurt you. That's why it's so important to read that book. It's so important. FRM is looking good. A little bit of chop there. Looks like it's trying to break. Just that month, boy, it's rolling over. It needs to break. Well, if it can break through that pivot low on the weekly, we can see a nice move next week. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it for next week. I want to know about it. This could turn into a nice swing. I'm gonna mark that. I'm actually gonna put 2 alerts on it because TOS is really bad about not giving me my alerts. That's another reason I like these big screens up. I don't need scanned or alerts to see what's moving. It's right in front of me. It clearly found a bottom at 212 there. We're getting some pullbacks, pretty decent. It chopped on a 4-hour. It broke out this morning. And it's currently pushed up. It's currently chopping. You can see it here on the 5-minute. All this is just chopped, so it's a 2-1. Pretty bullish on the higher time frame, so we're looking for 212. You can see that inside. There's an inside on the 30, and then it's inside on the 60. But really, these 2 candles here are 1. And then it's inside. And so everything I do is strat. I mean, these breaks and these compound and stuff, it's all strat. We're just looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at a group of candles instead of individual ones. Yeah. So just like the strat says, take it on the break of the 1. That's what we're doing. So as soon as it breaks this consolidation, this is the inside. So a consolidation, a range, is nothing more than a chop. It's also a rest. It's a consolidation. And we take it as soon as it breaks it, that compound 1. So after every big move, price needs to rest. Look at it, almost a target. Lockheed Martin pulled back here. I still think it gets the target here. It's just slow. So AFRM looks good over. I'd wait until it breaks 69. Just because it's at lunch. And it's a psych number, and these psych numbers are more important when it comes to these lower tickers. Does look good though. How spready is it? It's not spread at all. Wow. Nice. Carvana is out. Carvana. I used to make a lot of money on Carvana. I haven't traded in a while. Carvana's trying to break. They're on price in range too. Price can expand in these consolidations. So you can see expanding. There's just micro, right? There's fractal triangles in the greater picture. So when you see a breakout, we would normally take in the morning with no hesitation. Afternoon, or I say after 11:30, if it is almost a target, you gotta be more careful. On top of that, volume's decreasing. If this is gonna be a true breakout, we want to see volume start to roll up, and that's why that looks volume analysis is important as well. SE, same thing at SE. It looks like that when we're just looking at AFRN, I think. Looking higher and lows. Or it's got a flat top break right there. If it breaks, push up, pull back down. SE is looking prime. Yeah, wait, I'm gonna just stick that on my big screen. I got a couple big screens. If something don't perform, it gets moved. It gets moved. It gets moved for something that has a lot of potential. NVDA hit target here. Now we're looking for a break. It can wick out a little bit and then pull right back down, so I'm gonna tap my stops up. All right. So this right here's got pretty clean price action. The video is strong as a whole. So we took this one long. It's breaking the 5-minute pivot right now, consolidation. Price can expand on this. All right. Price can expand on this before going back to range. So stop's gonna be pretty tight on it now. I don't want to get any back. We have clean action going up through here. Very slow. Price can come up, pull back, and then go back through range. All right, looks like it looks just like this right here. Just like that. If it pulls back again, I'm gonna stop. We could get a clean break here. We got a new daily highs. Anything's possible. But you want to be prepared when it breaks these pivots because it can expand. It can be a trap, a bull trap. LNT needs a TTO and come back through range. All right. Lockheed Martin starts at break even. Spy is looking ugly. Dash is chopping. We got a 212 continue. Measure and move on the 60. 145. 5-hour measure and move. Target's 155, which should take us right to a little bit of a pivot. So just like this right here, you want to give it some room on this break. 152. We'll take dash. All right, we got a shooter horn on Lockheed Martin. It's probably going to get ready to cut it. That's good. DG. It's just not pushing up. We're going to Chicago. Coming up that big red candle. Now, if we get a pullback on DG next week, maybe Monday, then we can look to take this thing, we can swing it up to 220.25. All right, and lower high. come back up that red candle. So just like when you trade these red candles on the lower time frames, the same thing applies to the bigger ones. Right, there's a push out, that one's your first pullback. Tesla. This is breaking. Focus on 611 on it. Let's see. Oh. It's rolling back up. Volumes increase on Tesla. Let's scalp this 0 DTE in the money calls. Pulling back right now. So there's a pullback. You can see a pullback on a 5-minute chart. Solid green bar pulls back. As soon as it breaks back above 609, 10, you can take it long. I'm getting it ready. That's the thing, a lot of people can't see. I guess you get the 1 minute and see the pullbacks on it. See it in real time when they come back and look at it, nobody will ever see it. Nobody will ever see that pullback on it. All they'll see is you trade 222s. Let me show you the pullback. And inside. It needs to break 609.37. We're going to take it long. This is a measured move candle here on the 5-minute. I am going to hit it. So, clear break. Going to be a scalp. 606. $2.50 move here. That 611 should be target. I'm gonna go ahead and get in. I'm gonna go ahead and take it early. Let's see what she does. Let's see what she does. Target 611. I'm gonna give it. My stop's gonna be right below pivot high here. Now I could get burned on this. I don't know. Just one contract. It looks really bullish. I like the fact that volume's increasing dramatically. I don't know if they got moved or what.
Hey Jerry, could this be a TTO right here on the 5-minute starting to form on Tesla?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's a pullback. Yeah. So this candle here is a major move candle. And also, if you look at the 15-minute chart, that volume is really starting to roll up. So. I may get stopped out here. I don't know. Stop's gonna be right below. Pivot high. So right on top of it's right on top of these candles here. My stop's out. Because we know price breaks up. You pull back and break right through this pivot high if we're going higher.
So should we take it once it crosses the high of the measured move candle?
Yeah, I got in early, but yeah, your safest bet is to take it when it crosses. Now you need to wait till it's a solid green candle here. Yeah. So I got in it right at 609. I'm expecting it to move right here. 611's target right here, top of this pivot high here.
Yeah, there's an hourly pivot right at 6:10, 13 or so as well.
There she goes, boys. I got the $600 calls, and I'm just scalping.
I think I'm gonna go out to next week.
Come on, Tesla. NVDA's breaking. It did break through that pivot so far. But I'm still in the video. Let's see what she does. Come on, Tesla, give me a 611 here. Yeah, so big green bar, that's your inside and two all in one candle here. So let me show you. We got a 2 candle here. It goes inside here. So that was a 1, and then pushes up. So you got a 2, 1, 2, and 2 bars. Right? So it's inside the 2, 1. As soon as it crosses here, it comes a 2. The 2, 1, 2. Target's here. It's that simple, boys and girls. All righty. I'm gonna join the ask right here and see if we can't get out. And I'm all out right there. And I'll take it. The video breaking, holy shit. We got breakout everywhere. Not gonna be greedy with it. Target's right here. Okay? Target is right here. You want to be selling as it gets to that. Join the ask as it gets to it. Now look, it don't mean it can't go up to here. Can. I got 0 DTE calls in the money, deep in the money. I'm not gonna get back. All right. We'll wait on the pullback so we can't get back and test in a second. NVDA. We'll do a live action. We'll do live action over here. NVDA. All right, NVDA did break out a pivot high here. Forming a shooter. I am moving my stop up a little bit now. Tesla pulling back. I got a pretty tight stop right now. I'm right below pivot. Right below the pivot here. So maybe getting stopped out. All right. Let's look at Tesla right quick. Never be upset about taking profits. Never, ever, ever, never, ever. Pulling back. Target's here. Okay. And as soon as it comes up to close, I'm going to start selling. I'm going to join the ask. All right. So as soon as it spiked, I got sold out. Now it's going back. Now look, it can come down here, retest, and then take back off. If it does, we'll get back in it. Price will push up, pull back on this, and go higher. It don't have to touch. It can get close. It can touch it, or it can wick down a little bit and then go higher. Regardless of the pullback here. All right. Breaks back above the high. We really want to see it break pivot now to get back in it. It needs to break this pivot here. All right, because target still pivot. Ultimate target. Just scalping. I'm trying to pull more money out for close. AC rolling over. UPST just popped up. In our 20% scan. UPST rolling over. Ooh, look here, price expanded on this pivot here. Expansion. Now we can go all the way back down here. It's going down, targets this candle here, 98.16, or pivot. That's why it's multi-time frame analysis is very important. So the pivot is more important that it breaks that first before it continues lower and hits this candle. Myrna's trying to push up here, guys, and 3-2 up. That's pretty good volume coming up through there. NVIDIA's still working. NVIDIA still working. Docu.
Yeah.
On that Tesla call, bought 0 DTE. And then it's $600 one, or 90 cent delta. So $2 move adds up pretty quick. It'll be around $180, $2. Docu's breaking right this second. Yep, that's good. So push up, retest on that, on the pivot high, back up. Docu's long right this second. Fixing to get stuff in NVIDIA. Myrna's pushing. So after lunch, we play the breaks, but I much rather play 2-2s back up and then take out stops. Lockheed Martin started to come back down, so we might look at taking Lockheed Martin back down as it makes a new low here, or lower high. Remember, it's still inside, so. Keep an eye on that. Myrna's popping up here. Supposed to bring Novax with it. 132. And really, there's a big compound bar here. All this is inside of it, right in the middle of it. So be careful with Myrna. See that on the right time frame? Yeah.
Docu's running right up against that broadening formation on that 30-minute. It's hit it a few times.
We're gonna get a gap fill on VIX this time. Docu, yeah, there's a very tight range there. Yes, sir. Yeah, great job on pointing that out for us. On those breaks, man, I mean, there was a slight volume increase in it, but nothing like Tesla just did. Tesla had a major volume increase. And that's why I was confident in getting in it a little bit early. Tesla could be long again right here. Target still this pivot. And then 617.50. She's going right there. Zoom trying to go back again. I'd much rather see Tesla over 611. Put a nice little clip. SQ getting ready. Thank you, Sue. Docu was nice too. Just all this time.
VIX going up and SPY low, almost low of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. VIX. Maybe we'll still this gap this time here. You called me last time. I got stopped out on SPY. Here we go. I'm trying to come back down. Tessie Doji. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in the video here. Before it really tanks. VIX pulling up, SPY coming down. That makes some other stuff with it. SQ's trying, but consolidation. Breaks consolidation can come up to 222.79 pretty quick. But it's gonna take a bunch of these little stops on the way. If it breaks 221 could be good for $1. Stop that in the video. All right, break even, break even. $1 is better than being red $1. I've got stuff that stuff today. Yeah, I got stuff that stuff. It happens. Can't be right about all of them. Amazon just chopping. Now, yesterday at close, Amazon ran 15 bucks. Lockheed Martin, we might be looking at short Lockheed Martin now. That's the thing, you know, you want something going a different or certain direction. If it fails to do that, then don't hesitate to take it the other way. All right. Always be willing to do what the ticker wants you to do.
Look at Docu. It reversed right on that broadening formation. Just won't go through it. On that 30-minute broadening formation. That's a touch.
Yeah, it's still strong. You know, it's still strong here, but
probably take till Monday.
It's chopping, yeah.
Touch it 3 times.
Touch it more than, if it touches 3 times, that's a relevant trend line. If VIX starts to fill this gap, SPY could be short. It could be good for a little bit. I don't trust it though. I don't trust it. I think I stopped out on that last fake. GDS is trying to break right here. If it breaks 80, you can keep going. And the 312 continuation measure move on the 30. 78. So it's good for $1.80. So you might see another 40 cents out of it, which is not really, that's not a good RR. Trying to break the daily. Got some big red candles to come up though. So right here, GDS, price expanded below that pivot. We see it all the time. You hear me say price can push down a little bit. We're going higher. What we did right here. Push through that pivot before going back up. So what they do. Same thing on the way up. We'll mark this thing for 80. Ooh, that's ugly. That's ugly. Here, let me show you something, guys. Take a mental note. If you see a ticker and there's wicks all over it, run away. run. Far away. Because you will get so chopped up in this thing. It's not even funny. Anybody goes long, gets stopped out. Anybody gets short, gets stopped out. Stay away. And on top of that, it's basically right smack in the middle. So these former bar, all this is right smack in the middle of it. And on top of that, I mean, look at that. That's a lot of volatility. So if you see a bunch of wicks on any time frame, stay away. If this 5 minute look like that on the daily or the weekly, never look at that ticker again. Even if it looks good on the lower time frame, stay away. Telling you, man, it's bad news. This is trying to come back down. You see coming down. VIX is trying to fill that gap, bringing SPY with it. I mean, SPY is short right now, but I don't trust it. They gave that same signal last time to pull back up. So here's when I got in short. And on this break of this pivot low here. The price expanded. Here, let's do this before it happens. I'll drop it before it pulls back up. Oh. There you go. Yeah, what man? Test if it wants, you can come all down to 421. Just die. There's a flip. See what they want to do.
Just look at the weekly SPY, Jerry, and the monthly SPY. Look at, there's no body to it.
Yeah, there's no, they're so small. The candles are so
Yeah,
small.
so it's just chopped. It means stay away.
Yeah.
You can't win. I mean, the monthly, it's done that 2 months in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see them really tight like that, it's best just to avoid completely. You're 100% right. Look at that. Plus, it's so wicky. Now, this over here was a good time. Back in March. Now, stars. Amazon's making lower highs all day. Yeah, never be afraid to ask questions, ever. That's what we're here for. Ask all the questions that you want to ask. I tell you what, I asked my fair share. I probably asked so many people got sick of talking to me. If you don't know something, don't be guessing. Ask. Ask. That goes for anybody. You have to ask questions. If you want to swing something, Mondays is like a double-edged sword because you got more time, but also Mondays the options gonna be a lot higher. Of course you got better chance I don't know. I don't swing that much. If I swing, it's usually I'm just holding for a day or so. Not much. There's a lot of people that swing in here though. You can set up bracket orders that are pre-programmed. So when you send your order, you can have a stop and a limit sale. You can have a trail stop. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you're going to do options, go to the resources, and at the top of it is a set of videos by Carmine Risotto. He tells you how to set up your active trader, so you can trade these options super quick. And he shows you how to make your own watch list, and he shows you how to set up your active trader and stuff. Very good video. I mean, I trade, I set my active trader up and trade the way he shows the trade options because it works. Yeah, it works. A good video. It's up toward the top. Yeah, I used to do the bracket orders. Sometimes I still do. It just depends what kind of mood I'm in. I usually go in with no stop. Use a mental stop. It hits a certain price. More is pushing up right now. After I get in the money, I'll put a hard stop in. Or sometimes I'll do a stop limit order. Just depends. Amazon again 4. Back to straight calls and puts. Yeah, same here. I don't know. It's a good question, Brandy. I'm sure there's some good videos out there. That's something I'd like to be get more interested in. Oh shit, Tesla's supposed to go again. But yeah, that's something I would like to do is sell more. That's really where the money's at. Buying and selling, because then you have to worry about theta. All right, Tesla's fixing to go here. Needs to break 610.85. There's a pullback on the 15, just a TTO. Target still 616.59. Inside 30, trying to break. All right. The only thing is we're pushing up. Volume's decreasing. VIX is coming up, and Tesla's strong. So you got to be mindful of that. If you're going to trade, always be looking at VIX. Or SPY, QQQ. Lorna's pushing up, kind of PMG up. Amazon, I got to shoot her down. So Amazon might be short here with VIX filling this gap. So SPY is going to be, I don't know, I don't want to call SPY. SPY will be short as long as VIX continues to fill this gap. I don't trust it though. See, Amazon would be short here, but the target's only $1 away. I'll say. It's $5 away. So Amazon is short here. Target 33.37. There goes Tesla. Tesla is long. Tesla's long right now. I'm gonna scalp the hell out of it. Back in $600 calls. And I'm just looking to scalp it. Target 612. Then trying to come back out. Oh, gosh. The video trying to break again. Dang it. Amazon short target's going to be 3338. You just have to pick you one. I'd much rather short right now because VIX is pulling up and bring the market down with it. Come on, Tesla. Let's go. Let's go, Tesla. Let's go, Tesla. I got a limit on Amazon. Come on, Tesla. Get your butt up there. Stop on Tesla. 609.90. Oh, So close. Amazon, let's go. At 3% Amazon. Tesla, I'm down. And Amazon can be kind of spready, but that can work in your favor too when you're setting up limits. Because a fluctuation can trigger your limit pretty dang quick. And price don't have to even get nowhere near target. The video trying to come up. Up 6.8% Amazon. Down 3% Tesla. Oh, Tesla. Or Amazon trigger. Almost saw that a Tesla here. I got kicked out of Amazon. Looks like I got about 3%. Not too bad. After lunch, I'm just looking to catch small amounts. Nothing great. Of course, I always want to catch a big amount, but never be greedy. They can come in here and hit target. I don't care at this point. Still in Tesla. Looks like Amazon's gonna come in and hit target. I don't care. Don't care. I already got my money. And also, if you're going to trade options, you need to paper trade and practice getting in and out very quickly. Because, 10 seconds can make a big difference. 10 seconds can make a huge difference. I'm so close to being stopped out. I guess it's like funny. I'm watching Tesla for most of the longer. So I'm going to go ahead and stop out Tesla right now. Amazon paid for that. I'm still up some more. The video for the active trader is in resources up near the top. I'll see if I can find it. And then I'll post it in general chat. Sometimes I can get lost in there. SC trying to do a shooter down. The video trying to break. I bet you Tesla will still push here. You just can't hang. You just can't hang with it. Well, it's chopping. Zoom trying to come back up. All right, the video broke. The video gonna go all day long. The video's long right now. Big measure move 30 here. 7, 9, 18. 718 target for the day. There was another great day. SC is looking like it wants to keep on going down. SC. Intel looks like garbage. Still watching. The video's still pushing. Not much. Still open up. Now, SC, we can see a pivot machine gun back down to 270. SC is going to be short. Let's see. Make sure it's solid red. I'll just keep scapping everything. All right, SC came up, touched pivot, rejected. Now it can pull back here and then have another run at it next week. Right now it's breaking down from it. Big shooter on it. 15, 30, 60. Next 15-minute candle. Amazon looks like it hit target. So we can go on down. Amazon 212.60. SC got a lot of stops to take out. Yeah, let's try to fill the gap, pull right back down. Yeah. Trap. Yeah, let's go down. Let's see what we got here. FTCH pushing. Ooh, we're down 212 reversal. Trying to come back down that big green candle. So it goes through pivot here on the 4-hour. Come back down. So McDonald made new highs. Now it's taking more of those. Oh, that's pretty nice. Push up, retest, try to go back up. Through, looking higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, target's gonna be to have this candle here. 5307. I'm gonna mark this. It's got a big gap here. I'm actually gonna put a couple of alerts on it. Oh, I know that. The stop loss is kind of different. So I use a middle stop. I'll set my stops at price. So I'm playing, say if I got in it, my stop loss is with a pivot, I'll actually set an alert. So if it comes to where I want to stop out, I'll get an alert for it. And then I immediately, first I'm gonna look at it, right, before I just hit the button. And then I'll just sell bid or sell market. It's kind of different. So what I'll do is, if I want to put a hard stop in it, I'll be in the money or whatever, but I look at kind of where price is, and then I'll set a stop at a price that I'm comfortable losing. All right. So if I'm currently down, say $7 on something, and it looks like it's got a room for another 50 cent or $1 drop, then I'm probably gonna move it down another $10, $15, maybe 20. It just depends. It's really hard to set dollar to option price. Now there's a way to do it, but it's kind of complicated. Document going. Sure is. Fine, bro. Ooh, Zoom's fixing to go to. Docu's going, guys. The video's making a new high. Murner's trying to come right back through range. Zoom's fixing to break out again. So just your TTO right here on the 60. And that's why, as the day progresses, it's a good idea to look at the higher time frames. The video is long if you're not in it. And it looks like AMC is trying to break out the top two. Zoom needs a break at least 362 for long. AMC's ripping. The video's up another $1. It'd be nice to see a reversal on Amazon back up. And Zoom has got room to 451 by next week. The video 71440. P-Town's consolidated at the top. It broke earlier. Now it's consolidating again. It might try to break again. UNH is just dying. It's been puking. It broke down, retested this pivot level, keeps on going. It could go back down to 367 if it wants to. Big red candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. UNH wicked by. Martin's definitely pushing back through. All right, let's do this before 20% scan. Let's just go 10% first. It's going to move. One's out. We missed that one, didn't we? Can't catch them all. One's been on a rip for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. One might jump back up to $54, guys. It's progressively rolling in. This might be one heck of a swing. Who knows? Right now, it don't look that great. VIX would be nice if it pulled down a big, huge red candle the rest of the day. I'm gonna work this thing. Not here. Not here. It's up 27 million shares traded today. This thing might run. AMC's gone. AMC's coming back up right here at the end of the day. There is a pivot low at 46.35. Teton just broke that consolidation. Zoom's long. I don't know why I didn't get alert on that. Zoom's long right here. Zoom long. Teton just broke that consolidation. Probably won't go very far. Zoom, if you want, you can wait till it closes above the pivot. AMC's gone. AMC's targets pivot high here at 45.90. Volume's down today. It's rolling up though. Coming on up. Stuff right slap in the middle. Video's still pushing here. Teton broke, but it's just small. Small little break. AMC still going. Quick jump. All right, so we can break the high of the day. Yeah. So AMC just broke high of the day. Volume's rolling in pretty fast. The video's still going. I'm not in AMC. I'm just looking at the videos are ripping. I can tell you that. Hey. NVDA. Both. AMC. Oh shit. Maybe I should have gotten that. AMC is ripping. Target on AMC. Next target is $49. Wow. The video's up another $1. We're getting a small pullback on the AMC right here. Get them 1 minute. Next 15-minute candle, 30. Dang, these options are pretty cheap on AMC. Oh, crap. NVIDIA. Woo! NVIDIA's ripping, if you're not in it. We should be up another $1. I don't know what's going on. They're ripping. I'm gonna go ahead and get into AMC if it breaks a high here. NVIDIA's ripping. Not like ripping, but it's moving consistently up. AMC, I'm gonna take it if it breaks long here. All right, I'm long AMC. Let's see what they do. Fergus at the top of this red candle here. $50. Let's see what she gonna do here. Let's see what she do. Let's see what she do. I do have a hard stop on AMC. Come on, push. Push. Volume's really coming in on AMC. I guess a lot of people are picking up on it. $1.6 million shares traded on it in 1 minute. Last candle was 6 million. A lot of people coming in. That's why I like watching the volume. So the last 15-minute candle, 6 million shares traded. This 15-minute candle in 1 minute, we've got almost 2 million. That's 2 million in 2 minutes. Oh. Oh. I might get snapped out here. Looks like we go. 3, 4. Stop that. And catch some big ones. We're gonna try once in a while. We know I'm taking a rip. Oh shit, Amazon 212 down 15. Amazon's short right now. Probably 32.30. Amazon is short. It's probably gonna be the last one. I'm gonna take a break. Let's see if we can get $5 or $6 out of it real quick. I'm at 4%, pretty much instantly. Where's that one? Wait on the program. Next batter. AMC pushing after I got stopped out. No, Amazon, shoot. You can't sit in this stuff hoping it's gonna push back up. That's the worst thing you can do. If something go against you a lot and it turn around and go back in your favor, that's the worst thing that can happen. Because now you just taught yourself to hold on to losers. So looks like on the 15th it pushed up, came back and retested, now it's going. Target's still the top of this big red candle here. At 47, 50, 52. AMC's long right now. Pretty cheap. But I'm not gonna get back in it. AMC up 6%. Or not AMC. Amazon. I don't know. We got the limit set for about $200 profit on one contract. We're really close to triggering. And if it looks like it fails, what I do is I cancel replace. And I usually do like a trail stop or something. But sometimes I put a stop and it's just passing up for some reason. Come on, hit. With $3 since entry. They're taking on this break with a 2-1-2 break of that pivot low. And I got to stop that right there. I printed it out. Can it keep going? Yeah, it keep going. Target still 33.29. Alrighty, guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. That's enough money for the day. You got stopped out of some and made some good money. Been a great week.
Great job, Jerry.
I appreciate you, Corey.
Yeah,
I
be
appreciate everybody
careful.
here.
Be careful on your commute home.
Yeah, as always.
Andrew.
Take care,
I
Jerry.
appreciate it.
Go on, Jerry.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too.
Oh, y'all have a great
Have a
weekend.
good weekend, Jerry.
You too. Appreciate everybody here. We might do a question and answer someday. I don't know. What I'll do is I'll send out a message to everyone in Discord. If anybody wants to do it. Target on Amazon if you're still in it, 3330. BMC is still going. Amazon is still cheaper. Y'all have a good evening. A great weekend. Get some rest. Stay. All that fun stuff. Go through tickers, practice drawings, drawing formations. Read those books. Read the books. Get you some screen time in. And I'll see y'all Monday morning.
Anyone looking for a cheap stock to go? WKS is going right now.
You say WKS?
Yeah, I mean, WKHS, sorry, Workhorse.
Oh, okay.
AMC's ripping.